A policy focused on racial equity is now in place in Indianapolis Public Schools.
Yeah, the new curriculum passed unanimously by board members tonight. News 8's Demi Johnson was there, and this is a first for the district, Demi.
Yeah, over and over, board members called this night historic. They made a promise to address racism they say has always existed and still exists in Indianapolis Public Schools. But the board wanted to make it clear this policy was part of Superintendent Alicia Johnson's plan from the start.
We are committed to this. We've laid it out in a public setting. We're going to do this.
And now the real work begins.
So what we have to do is not just say, okay, we're not going to do that, but we have to find ways to create equitable access to educational opportunities, to economic opportunities.
IPS Board President Michael O'Connor says although Thursday's vote was historic for the district, it's just words on paper.
We can't take a step forward until we reconcile our past, and that this organization, this board, has a bad past.
O'Connor says the best way to show commitment is for the board to put its money where its mouth is.
As in any organization, where you spend your money is telling the world what are your priorities. And so we have to make sure we're spending our money on these equity efforts, spending money on our children, as I said, that are the most needy.
The policy has been on the top of Superintendent Alicia Johnson's list since she was hired last year.
I am a black woman, and when I look at the data and we can see across our district and city and country where black students aren't performing well, that's problematic.
The new policy eliminates expulsions in IPS schools.
Except in the case of violations of student safety or, the law being broken, that is a commitment we want to make. Again, we see those disparities play out where black students are disproportionately represented.
O'Connor knows this won't solve every problem, but says making racial equity and issues part of the school's curriculum is a good place to start.
If we take time to learn our history, if we educate ourselves, we learn a lot about the various ways in which the literal white community has had the knee on the neck of the African American, the black community.
And now that he's learned, he hopes others in his position will too.
And I, as a leader in this community, as a white male, have a role to play in solving those problems.
In addition to the racial equity policy, the board also approved a Black Lives Matter resolution. You can read more about that on our website. In Indianapolis, I'm Demi Johnson for WISH TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.